behind the nut.
Oh! Wow.
Yeah, there it is.
That's
Episode 3.
That's what it's all
Cade,
about.
Bevin.
That's me.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
That's the one.
You guys.
That felt good.
So
leaving
good to
the
see
mint.
you again.
Great to see you as always.
Been forever.
Been too long.
Yeah, like a couple hours.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Too long. We're gonna get into it. This one's gonna be one for the record books. We've got some really cool shit coming up.
You've got some really cool
You got
shit
some-
in the works.
man.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about in the works.
Yeah.
An album. You've got an album in the works.
I got an album in the works. It's coming out.
I've got an EP in the
like
works. What else we got in the works? Kate, what do you got in the works? What's in the works? The section's called In the Works. Just games.
Dude,
Working on it. Working on it.
that shirt makes you look swole as hell.
It does look.
Thanks. It's Kiss actually tailored this personally for me.
Yeah, who are you wearing
Show?
today?
I'm so glad you asked. Actually, I have a whole segment dedicated to this today.
Yeah, don't call it a segment.
Sorry, I've got a whole
Just kidding.
portion, a fraction.
Don't
if
call
you will.
it. Just
So I'm wearing Kiss.
Who are you wearing today?
It's a
Who is it?
Gildan Michaels white T-shirt, but
Is
then
it Gildan? Like
Probably.
Gildan?
maybe I don't know.
That's
I thought it
low
was like
rent
the symbol.
for Kiss, I thought.
I don't know. I haven't checked the tag. But
Who makes your shirts?
you know Gene Simmons though.
you know, Gene, he's cheaping out so he can
yeah, but
make
he's
more on
making
the
money.
wallet chains.
What do you graphic like the sleeves?
he probably owns-
front back.
probably
like,
owns Gildan. Like
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Who makes your t-shirts, Bevin? Your band's t-shirts.
fruit of the we got our
Gildan's
latest
as well?
ones are Gildan. Yeah, I think the ones before that were fruit. Maybe I can't remember.
The Gildans are thick.
They're thick
I
shirts.
find the neck really small too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
This thing ain't that big.
Well, you can
I'd have
get
to unbutton.
you can get different grades from the Guild. They have some really primo. They got the ultra.
Oh, yeah, I have to do
You
a
know
fat
the
neck.
the 5,000 count.
Trying to get this button done.
You okay?
Bro, I have a huge neck.
Yeah, you're swole,
You're all
dude.
neck.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, where's the rest of your body?
Maybe I'm being a little hard on Gildan. It's me that's hard
you.
on.
So anyway, Kiss.
Yeah, sorry, Kiss.
From New York, believe it or not. They're classified. I did a quick Wikipedia the other night just to make sure that I was kind of topical. They're classified as hard rock. I don't know if you've ever heard a Kiss song. Yeah. It's disco. It's disco rock. It's party
heavy
rock.
disco.
Heavy disco would be what I would call it. And the fans reflect that. A lot of MILFs. A lot of older than MILFs, but not MILFable. You know what I'm saying?
But that can't be a genre reflection. That's a
Sign of the
how
times.
old this band is reflection more so.
You're probably right. I think it's a lot to do with how tight a lot of their pants are. Chicks dig.
Tight pants, platforms.
That tongue,
the tongue.
though, hanging out that motherfucker. He's covered in drool. The whole show, he's covered in drool. Even like after the blood capsule, and he's like wiped himself off. There's still fucking drool on his face. You're like, how you get so wet? Old
They
man?
dress like
yeah.
they're from space. Like, come on.
Well, one of them is from space.
Which one?
Space Ace.
Oh, space.
Well, actually,
Ace
two
Frehley.
of them.
Oh, who
Paul
are the
is
band
the s-
members? We got
So-
Gene Simmons.
Okay, we'll go OG lineup first.
OG.
Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley,
Ace.
Peter Chris, sorry.
Peter Chris.
Ace Frehley. And then we got
oh.
Ace Frehley for Tommy Thayer. Oh, he's going to Eric Carr me right now.
No, yeah, because Peter Chris came in later.
That's the kitty, right? Is that the
Yeah.
kitty?
Yeah, he was the
Catman
drummer, but
Chris.
there was the whole, like, I think it was Rolling Stones articles, like, drummer from somewhere is willing to do anything to make it kind of thing. That was Peter Chris after their original drummer quit. So they were already pretty famous, but I don't know the
I
original
can't think
guy's
of
name,
the
yeah.
original guy. I did know that Eric Carr joined the band for like 2 years, but that was in the 80s, so they were like well
Eric
established.
Carr,
by
there's a
then.
couple of guitar players in the 80s.
But Eric Singer is their best drummer. He's a monster.
He is
I
a
didn't even
monster.
realize how good that guy was until the concert, and he's doing his drum solo. I was like, this isn't disco at all. This guy fucks.
Yeah.
With a K.
Shreds.
Just goes out the window.
He's at the end. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I don't know the years that the replacements joined
Oh,
the band.
yeah, no.
Tommy is by far the most disappointing member of that band, but how do you live up to Ace Frehley? You know, he's got some of the best Kiss songs.
Tommy
in there as
Thayer
well. Yeah.
Tommy Thayer
is
replaced
actually a
Ace Frehley?
certified bitch.
Got him.
Yeah.
Got his ass. Dunked on Tommy. That guy's fucking loser in his $1 million
Any hardcore
home.
Kiss fan will agree.
So favorite top three? Do you have a favorite songs?
I got 3 albums.
Where should someone start if they're gonna get into this new band?
My favorite album by Kiss is Hotter Than Hell, but it's because it's got to Choose on it, and it's got Hotter Than Hell on it. Love Gun is also amazing. It's got some really good songs, and then Destroyer is good just because my dad had it on vinyl when I was a kid, so we'd listen to that a fair bit.
Nostalgic,
Like,
good.
yeah. Best songs though. Here's where it's fun.
I hear a lot of people say that like the live albums from the 70s and 80s were like
Their best stuff.
the ones that like blew kids' minds and
Yeah.
like got them to pick up instruments. And
My
stuff.
first ever CD that I owned was Kiss Gold, like their best of or whatever. And the first disc was all studio, and the second disc was all live. And the live shit is so good.
What do they do
So
different?
good.
Do they go like off on a tangent for a
Hear the crowd. It's more like
it's just
organic.
on.
just the general
It's
what makes live better?
What makes live better? Yeah.
It's louder and heavier than the because records in the 70s or whatever were pretty flat.
Yeah.
It's like by the end of the 70s that's like some people say that's the pinnacle of sound. Yeah, really. But their live shit was just like it's way louder. The guitars have way more gain.
and you get some crowd interaction. You get like
and you get
Get a little bit
you get the guitar solos and the bass solos and all that shit. And it's like a greatest hits thing. It was like before that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think it's Kiss Alive. Was that what?
Yeah.
Was that yeah?
Kiss Alive
That
was
was like the one
live.
I hear about the most. That is like a lot of people's favorite.
And it's a compiled list of like all their best songs up till then. So that's why I
I'm
like
not
it.
sure
It's
when
really
that.
good.
I don't know when that.
Oh yeah,
came
that
out,
helps
but-
too. Hey, it's not like they're gonna play the flops.
No, but even Kiss's flops are still like it's all
super fun, right?
yeah, it's all just fun. I'm drunk music like you know what I
Straight
mean?
up rock and roll.
Love Gun. If that doesn't get your fucking rocks going, I don't know what will, man.
Cold Gin. That's my favorite tune.
Oh, remember Detroit Rock City? Or no, what was the show called? That was
Paul Blart.
about them going to.
Detroit Rock City.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was one of the songs.
It is. But yeah.
Both?
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah, dude.
Meta before meta was a thing.
It was a great movie.
They opened the show with Detroit Rock City. I damn near lost my fucking mind.
Because that song was great. That movie was great.
Fucking rips. Fucking rips.
The only other way I know Kiss is also by a movie was Role Models.
Yeah.
When what's his guy is talking to the other dude about Love Gun.
Yeah.
He's like, that's about your wiener. And the kid's like, yeah, that's awesome. I can get behind that. All of a sudden they bond now over.
Don't they
Kiss.
play a concert in the street in that movie?
That's made up. They play a pinball machine that is a Kiss pinball machine.
What movie?
I played a Kiss pinball machine in Vegas.
How did you do?
I sucked. I love pinball. God awful at it. I'll just be like, "Vroom," like ping, and then see it go, and then just like as this little thing goes straight down the bottom. Just fuck dragon.
It's like I was putting loonies in this to see the ball go through the middle.
Yeah.
I
I
got
just
it.
like pulling that plunger. I won't touch it, so I get to pull the plunger. Boom.
Oh man, Kiss. So you seen them in concert a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Friday.
That's
Last
what-
Friday.
It's not even
Just about a week.
Wow, yeah.
6
Still fresh.
days ago.
Still got the stink on you.
Oh, buddy, I'm covered in it. Love Gun, Strutter,
You're gonna take
War
a shower,
Machine,
dude.
Deuce, Detroit Rock City, Got to Choose. Those are my top 6 songs. Got to Choose, they didn't play. They didn't play Strutter either. They didn't play New York Groove, but I mean, it's Ace Frehley's song, so I kind of get it. But if they don't play New York Groove for the final show in New York, people are going to be fucking mad about that.
flipping
So,
chairs.
Gene,
Yeah.
if this reaches you, play New York Groove. And they didn't play God Gave Rock and Roll to You, but they played it on the house PA when they were like doing the.
So you learned, did they do a fake encore?
They did, but it was nothing fake about it. It was like it was
No, they're all fake.
it was like
They're all fake.
it was not
Yeah.
like okay, but
They're all fake.
Yeah. Wrestling is also
it
fake. I
wasn't
just
like
need to break it to
they
you.
left the stage and like the lights went down and like they were like forcing an encore. It was like they were preparing the piano under the stage for Eric
Yeah.
Singer to come up and do Beth, and it was fucking beautiful. There was lasers in the piano. I
Oh,
was
wow,
like,
that is beautiful.
yeah, and it was like bedazzled piano. Of course, it's Kiss. Everything's sparkling and pyro and
From outer space.
And from outer space. That was the highlight of the show, was the light show, the pyro. We got God of Thundered and bass soloed with the blood capsule. Like all of the staples of a Kiss show that I seen as a kid, they hit them all.
Would you go again?
If I could.
Would you go next week?
No. Like, give it like a year.
Oh, okay. You
Like
got
a
space out.
different style list.
Even though it's
No.
apparently their actual last tour.
Like giving it anything?
They say it's their last tour, but they've said that probably 7 times. So.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne did his No More Tours tour in 1990 or 80, 89 or something. Like,
And then continued to tour.
Yeah, I saw him like 12 years after that. So.
Damn. Ozzy would be a good show. That
Ozzy
dude's
was
crazy.
a friggin' amazing show. I think it was 2004. 4 or 5. 2004 or 5 I saw him.
Dang.
And it was the loudest concert I've still seen to this day.
Who was playing guitar for him?
It was Zach.
Zach, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No
but
You
doubt
must
it
have
was
the
loud.
longest tenure.
Oh,
Yeah, by far. Yeah. And Rob Trujillo just recently joined Metallica, so he wasn't there.
Right.
So guess who was playing bass? Jason Newsted.
Oh, what
no
the
way.
fuck? They did
Yeah.
a jersey swap.
They swapped it. Yeah. And
thought
Voivod
Rob
opened,
was-
and Newsted played bass with Voivod, too.
Why did I
So
think
it's
Rob was
double
suicidal?
feature.
tendencies?
Yeah, good for him, man. Holy.
Rob started with Suicidal Tendencies, but he
that's-
played with Ozzy for quite a while.
That's why. That's why.
I'm not sure how long, but yeah. And Mike Borden was on drums, famous for from Faith No More,
All right.
full time original member.
Dang, that's a mishmash bag of people doing
Yeah,
instruments for him.
totally. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to take your
No,
Kiss.
don't be.
No.
story.
We're now at the notes portion of mine, and it's. I'll be real. I've got MILF Slayers.
MILF Slayer.
I've got long tongue. I've got
Notes are my favorite.
I've got axe bass. That's what I got.
What's
else you
axe
got
bass mean? I know what it means, but tell the people watching.
Imagine.
Why is
if you
Gold
will.
Bond medicated powder on here? What do you?
That's my shopping list. Ignore
Oh
that.
shit! Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Imagine,
eggs.
if
Yeah,
you
of course.
will, a bass. That's also
an axe.
an axe.
I can picture it now.
Are you seeing it? You guys with me? Let's all close our eyes. Imagine
What
an
else
old
is on
man
it?
with a ponytail on the top of his head, covered in drool. Covered in drool.
Who's drool?
That's a good question.
Oh,
He's gotten really good at doing his makeup. He does it all himself, apparently. I don't think Paul does,
Why?
but Gene does all his own makeup.
still
pigeon
He does not have to. I
He
mean,
might not still, but back in the day, that's what made him so cool. It's like, that
Probably.
dude does it
he
himself.
doesn't. He doesn't
That's a
even have
lot
to
of
pay people.
makeup,
Just
too.
takes out a whip and do my makeup. Yeah.
Money, money, money. Please come here, do my makeup.
How much do you think they've spent on white like cake makeup over the years?
Over the years.
What do you think the
If
total
I had to put a
number could be?
figure, 7
Seven figures. $1 million.
$1,000,000. I don't.
More?
That's a ballpark.
How many years they've been doing shows for?
Since 1972.
Oof.
They're old boys.
It's a couple of shows.
Yeah.
of
I don't
them are
imagine. You probably
74
don't get
years
like 2 nights out of it. I don't want to wear that shit all day the next day.
No, I don't.
You're going to sweat it off probably.
I don't think. It probably takes them just as long to like get unready as it does for them to get ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Hosing that stuff down.
Apparently
out of all
Gene
the
had a-
crevices it ends up in.
Gene had a nasty fall not that long ago because of the fucking platforms, I guess.
Dude, they're like freaking
Yeah,
like they're
that's-
insane.
Working from heights.
Yeah.
He needs like risk pay. That's not the right word.
Hazard pay.
Hazard pay. That's the word.
I think he gets that.
Yeah,
think he gets that.
I think
From
he
the
gets
wallet
that even
chains
when he
alone.
doesn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Do you know
Oh,
the
man.
Rush opened did a North American or world tour with Kiss like back in the 70s? What? Yeah.
That's
No,
such
that's
a weird
really
lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
For them.
crazy.
Yeah.
Who
Canadian
who
icon.
like started? Who closed it? Or did
Oh,
they?
Kiss. for sure.
Kiss closed it. Oh yeah, they were already taking over the world.
Established.
Oh yeah.
They're huge in Japan. Hence the kanji on the shirt.
Who isn't?
Yeah, true.
My band is huge in Japan.
Well, I mean, when your
Good.
populace
yeah, we got at least 2 fans. in
when your
Japan.
populace is so short, everyone looks really big in Japan.
It's true.
Excuse me.
Actually, I have an I have an ex-band member that lives in Japan, so it's him and his wife that are
Oh,
the
nice.
two fans.
Hey, it has to start with one, right?
counts.
You've
Sure.
already doubled that.
That
Yeah.
counts.
Nice. Let's move on to the next section.
All right.
I mean, the next thing that we naturally went to without talking about or planning
Kiss.
in any way. Metal meme breakdown. I don't have an actual intro for this, but we're gonna play this one again. And we're gonna say, Metal meme breakdown.
I could just go like, and then you got to wrap.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them Sam. I would not eat them in the house. I would not eat them with
That's good. You make that up?
So good.
Yeah, I wrote that just now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah,
Travis.
that's so good. Wow.
Metal memes.
Metal meme breakdown. Number one.
Jug.
The first one's
Grindcore?
no, we got Rob Halford.
Rob Halford.
Rob Halford.
Holford.
You guys can see it now on the screen there. You guys can kind of see it. You know what it is.
That's funny. Look at it. Where, is it right here or is it up there? I don't even know. It's down
Look
there.
down here.
That's
It's
sick.
right in your face. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, explain this one to me. I don't know. I don't know who Rob Halford is.
Judas Priest. Vocalist.
Yeah.
Rob Halford.
Rob Halford.
Yeah.
So he's no longer
The funny
half
thing-
of what he used to be.
He's half the man he used to be.
Flip.
Half the man I used to be.
I like the eye contact
Is
with
the
that the whole time.
Are the
Thank you.
Deftones touring with Gojira? Or was that like
They
3 years
did.
ago?
They have.
last year.
Because I seen that and I was like, Chris has got to know about this. Anyway, back to
He
Metal
did.
Meme Breakdown.
He knew about it. He knows about everything Deftones. Okay, dude, we got to go to their festival next year.
Dia De Los.
Dude, we are
Deftones?
going.
Try and
100%.
stop me. Let's do it.
This is Bonded in Blood live on YouTube. In blood.
Who else is playing?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
going.
matter.
Is it really?
I don't think so.
Word. Deftones rip.
It's
Let's go.
literally it's a whole
Can
baseball
you
field.
knuckle him into Bonded by Blood as well?
Do you think we can really get the same day off?
Name 3 songs.
Who cares?
White Pony,
That's an album.
Ohms.
That's an album.
Yeah.
Is that a song too?
Ohms is a song on Ohms, and it rips.
Is it?
Just get 3 songs, bro. Come on.
And then the one from the
no, not
the
the one.
Instagram video that's like, it's useless.
Keep going. Figure you're getting there.
That part's sick. Sick. Sorry.
It's okay. It's just
Yeah.
you and me.
Good job naming that one.
It's all right.
You know
I'm
that
going to the
song.
Headbangers boat.
Okay.
I'm jumping off.
Rob Halford. Rob Holford?
Holford.
Brilliant.
So the image is pretty fun. We've got one half of a Holford. One
I don't think this needs any more explanation. That is as astute as you could put it.
I think that should win an award for the laziest fucking meme ever created.
Those are kind of my favorite memes.
All right, then we will we'll just move on. We'll let that one enjoy that one. You guys, these will be on the Behind the Nut Instagram.
Stay tuned.
Go on there. Tell
it
us
out.
what's
We're gonna
even
drip
funny
feed
about it
these
that we
posts.
missed. Whatever the hilarious things we missed
What,
are.
yeah, what don't I get?
Put them on there, and send us some other ones because we're gonna just milk this as much as we can. The next one is beautiful. It's the progressive metal versus grindcore kind of thing.
Jamie, could you pull that up?
So
Let me
for
just
the
pull that
people listening, it's a book, a really thick book that says shortest progressive metal song. And then there's a really thin book that says longest grindcore song ever. They are mismatched. I love this one. This one's my favorite. This one needs explaining, I think. I don't listen to grindcore much. I do listen to a lot of progressive metal. And I don't
Average?
think you can find under a 7-minute song.
Yeah, average prog song is
Yeah.
up to 10 minutes.
There's a bit of history. The band Napalm Death actually had a world record for the world's shortest song. Actually.
Really? Like
Yeah.
a Guinness Book of World Records
Yeah,
record?
100%. And they were on the BBC. And they're like, can you play the song for us? And they're like, yeah, of course we can. And then it's like, that was it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the song, but
It's my favorite song.
Yeah. There's
Why doesn't someone make one that's half that length and take the title? What does it have to do to qualify as a song?
That's a really great question, actually. What makes a song and not
A noise?
yeah. Let's unpack this. Let's break.
Yeah.
No, let's not.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Because
okay.
if you say
That could
melody,
happen.
absolutely not. All of my favorite songs
yeah.
have no melody at all.
it can't be melody. But even a discernible key? Is that it? Does it have to be a note?
I don't know, man. Like, think about like just drums.
Yeah, I'll beat
Wait,
it
no.
right now.
Oh,
Done.
dang. Yeah, that's a hot
I'm gonna
track.
beat that.
That's just quiet.
Yeah,
Right?
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Mine's
Solid
louder,
effort,
so
though.
it's you
I
can
like
hear
it.
it more. It's better.
Yeah. Loudness war. Am I
Mine is
right?
more- Yeah.
Jeez.
So right.
Yeah, progressive songs are long. Grindcore songs are
Are
short.
short.
Yeah,
Thank
nailed
you.
it.
Opeth.
Then on to the last one. This one, I'll have to admit, I don't follow very well.
No.
No, I think you're gonna have to get
All right.
really dig.
So,
really into the
anyone
weeds
who's
with
not a
this one.
fossil and uses the internet on a semi-regular basis has probably seen
fossil.
the "Gotta Be One of My Favorite Genders" meme when it's like something silly. Blue Gatorade, gotta be one of my favorite genders.
Oh, it's a riff on how many
It's a
genders
riff.
there are now.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's a riff.
Big titty goth girl.
So,
Oh,
Right?
that's my favorite dinner.
vocalists getting kicked out of druggy bands for doing too many drugs. And it's the greatest to ever do it. It's Ozzy and it's Lemmy.
Yeah, because
Because Lemmy was apparently in Hawkwind.
and apparently I didn't know this. Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath.
What?
Just kidding.
Wait.
Actually,
Oh, that's Dio.
I can't
I
remember what
actually
the record
true
scratch is.
story though. When I was a kid and I watched for the first time Ozzy Osbourne live at Budokan. They played Paranoid. And I'm like, isn't this a Black Sabbath song? And my friend Jules is like, yeah, Ozzy was in Black Sabbath. I'm just like, I was a kid. I had no idea.
But the list of Sabbath members is like 40 pages long. Like,
Not really, but
well, it's long. It's longer than most.
Big
bands.
font, really big font.
they had 2 drummers.
Like 3 lead guitar players.
Actually, 3 drummers. And then, no, Tony. Tony never left Black. You talking about Ozzy or Black Sabbath?
I'm getting
Oh, yeah.
Ozzy's guitar player
Oh, yeah.
and Black
Okay, yeah.
Sabbath's guitar player mixed up. I thought
Oh, yeah.
Randy was in Sabbath. That's my bad.
Nope. No Randy.
My bad, party foul.
What other druggies kicked out of drug-related bands can you think of? I mean, that didn't kick themselves out with overdose. R.I.P.
Ooh. That's a whole other.
There are so many I can't fucking think about it.
How many
Does
bands would have been
rehab
saved
and-
if their or vocalists would have been saved if their band kicked them out for being druggies? They got their shit together.
That did not happen to Stone Temple Pilots.
Did not
That backfired hard. They should have kept him in there, kept him jacked up. Just kidding. That's actually really sad. But
it is. But this is all just silly. Just us coping with sad.
that's true.
all. We're
That's
okay.
exactly what it is.
So
laugh through the pain.
We're surviving. All right, that's Metal Meme Breakdown. Here is an intro for Not That.
These are all placeholders. We're gonna find.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
make
They're
some
gonna be-
stuff.
they're gonna be the best.
We made that in 10 seconds,
10 seconds.
so we can.
It's
Probably-
it's 11 seconds long, and we made it in 10
That's how
seconds.
good we are.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah. We played into the future. Mm-hmm. That,
just so we can rewind the clock back.
insane.
Time travel's possible as long as you're hitting record before you do it.
How do you feel about sci-fi?
I love sci-fi.
Yeah, Bevin?
I could say I'm a sci-fi nut.
Nut?
Sure.
Nut takes it like... so hold on. How do you define nut? Do you have to paint your face and wear like a robe to a movie premiere to be a nut? Or
No.
Well, no. It's
no.
Because
usually
I love sci-fi,
usually-
and I won't do that. Though.
usually you grow on a tree and you have some sort of shell.
yeah. that is
that was
not what
good.
this show is about.
That was good.
I am not.
I
was
need you to
really
keep
good.
the nut-related jokes to a minimum here.
Okay,
we do not
well,
want to confuse
to be a nut. You
confuse
gotta,
the 5 people.
I'd say I'm not a Trekkie, but I appreciate Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I've really only watched what most of my Trekkie friends say I should, which is The Next Generation, and it was good. Pretty campy, but good.
Yeah.
But I mean, Star Wars is campy, but I also love Star Wars.
You know, what was campy and good was Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Jarv
rips.
got me on
Hell yeah.
Doctor Who, and
yeah.
when the protagonist can be like a fucking garbage can with like what do you call it? Dryer ducting for arms, and that protagonist goes through like the entirety of the seasons.
How many years is that, man?
Oh man,
Long time.
yeah, and they didn't make it any better. All of a sudden, there's clearly budget. They've got like a nice title and
Yeah.
CG happening, and the protagonist is still just a vacuum cleaner. You know, like barely painted over the brand on it. Like
It's amazing.
it was just good characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your sci-fi angle?
Well, I'm starting to, as we're talking about this, I'm starting to realize maybe it's not sci-fi that I love, because Star Trek I've like tried to get into before, but it's like,
I don't like Star Trek.
it's just a little dry for me, and they go into like the science aspect of the sci-fi. I like the fiction aspect of the
Yeah,
sci-fi.
me too.
So like space fantasy, I guess would be a better way to say
Like
it.
what? Give me an example. Spaceballs.
Star Wars, Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah, but it's Star Trek or Star Wars, right? That's the battle.
Yeah, but I would argue Star Wars isn't that sci-fi, because there's not a lot of like justification for like what goes on, you know?
Yeah, but they're floating.
That's the
in
dumbest
space.
fucking thing I've ever heard.
Sci-fi usually implies that there's a bit of science and some truth to it. Star Wars is space magic. It's
Space opera.
more akin to Lord of the Rings than it is to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that kind of whatever you call that fantasy,
It's still
it's
sci-fi.
the same shit.
Same shit.
I seen this great meme where all they did was like they had a city name and then they wrote it in sci-fi and then they wrote it in fantasy, and it was like they broke down the plot and the characters and how you rewrite those characters to make them this other thing. And you're like, wow, fuck, these stories are pretty hollow. You're just painting it up to look to be elves instead of instead of some other alien or something.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's hilarious.
It's so good.
But it is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped for the Dune movie too. If you didn't see the first one,
Dude, the
rips.
soundtrack
So
in that movie was
good.
fucking crazy.
that was a big part of what made it so good for me anyway, was there's moments of silence. There's nothing. And then there's like crushing, like I think I might die from the sound of this parts. Like the dynamic
I've
range.
never seen
of
the
that
new
thing.
one.
Dude, you gotta watch it.
I'm
so good.
a big fan of the books, so
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Zendaya, so
Another reason to watch it.
Yeah.
And then another reason to watch the next one,
Yeah.
because she should be reasonably featured in it.
we hope.
she
We hope.
she's below my age
plugged in, too.
bracket, but do we lose
You
a-
guys talk a whole
one?
bunch.
Okay.
Talk
So-
about it.
We were moving on to what kind of gear are we talking about today?
We're talking about some gear today.
What kind of gear are we talking about, Bevin?
I bought a guitar, a new one.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
pretty sick. I don't have it yet, but I bought it. It's on its way. Do you want to know what it's called? Because I got to look it up.
More than anything in the entire
It's,
world.
it's
I
an
wanna know what your
Ibanez.
Ibanez iron label
Ibanez.
baritone reverse headstock satin black guitar is called.
Say no more.
No, give me the model number so that our viewers can look it up if
It's
they're
the
jonesing for it.
RGR TBB 21.
T. Bevin Booth 21.
It's a baritone. It's neck through. It's got an upside down headstock and locking tuners. That's all I need. I'm not too picky.
I would argue that it's got a right side up headstock, and I stand by that.
like that's how it should.
That's
be.
how it should be.
I agree. I think an upside down Ibanez headstock looks. What do the kids say? Clutch.
But I do really
Bussin'?
like the upside down Grover Jackson / Fender style headstock.
Yeah.
Damn.
Upside down Fender.
Upside down Telly.
Upside down Explorer.
Upside
You don't
down
see that.
Explorer headstock you never see.
Never see that.
But that would be cool on like a Super Strat guitar.
yeah,
An upside down reverse headstock Explorer headstock.
totally.
That'd be tough.
Well, I'm glad nothing happened.
Did you get a
Whoa.
massage?
Yeah, just a quick one.
Quick
sweet.
one.
Just a real quickie.
Cool.
Discount Groupon.
Just dry or
Yeah, sci-fi so good. That guitar sounds dope though. Tell me more about it. Baritone, 7-string, 6-string.
6-string.
Nice.
I'm
Did
done.
you get it yet?
No, that's
Oh.
it's gonna take longer than I thought. It's end of March.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
It is long.
it's a birthday gift from me
Happy birthday, pal.
Happy birthday, yeah.
Thanks.
So good.
in March.
Early.
How old are you?
12.
That was my year. 12. That was
Oh,
my
really?
age.
Hit it.
You peaked and then
Yeah, that's when I could.
Yep.
I could smoke and swear and
What was I
read.
doing? I was grade 7. Oh man, that's when I really knew what depression was. Hell yeah.
I was grade 9.
Why? What was happening?
I was on on and off new medication. I went to a new school.
Bullies?
And then, no bullies, just like super ADHD bullshit. Just like, you can't, the teachers are like, you can't fucking do anything. You're an idiot. And I'm like, I believe you.
I'm an idiot. Thank you. Fuck.
Yeah.
How does drumming help that? Does it help?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that it's like, I can be good at this. I believed that I could be at least good at something because I definitely believed I was not good at anything else. Yeah. Yeah.
When look at you now, best drummer.
Look at me
I
now.
know.
So yeah, okay, that's a interesting topic. My daughter, I'm pretty sure, is in the same boat. She, middle of a conversation, she starts like looking over top of you, looking at like nothing going on over there, just instead, right? But then she'll go draw for 5 hours without moving, to the point where all of a sudden you see a blur running to the bathroom to take a leak because she almost peed her pants.
I could diagnose that right now.
Probably shouldn't share that, but so does like calm the noise? Like if you're walk me through it. Like you're having a crappy day, you sit down at the kit. Are you like? I know for myself, I get like as soon as I start playing guitar, it takes so much to do it right that it pushes everything else out. I can't worry about shit.
You have to focus, and that shuts off everything else. So yeah, that's good. That's good stuff to do.
Same deal, hey?
Yeah, and then I think like once you kind of realize that is actually what you're doing, or like you're either learning something to get really good, or you're doing something to feel better.
Catharsis.
Yeah. Once you realize that's what you're doing, you're just like, oh, you know what? I'm cool. I'm fine. Like,
yeah, I'm not going to do drugs. I'm going to go do this instead because this does the same thing quicker, and I'm not hungover or a needle hanging out of my arm or something silly.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Because like I take those drugs now and they work, but they didn't work.
Oh yeah, but that's different. That's I'm talking about street drugs, the stuff that we all you start. Pardon me. For me, so I started smoking weed when I was a kid. Was just to slow this thing down.
Totally.
And guitar took over for that. Where I was like, I'll go and play guitar. I remember learning how to play guitar in the first months, and I played like 2 songs that I knew for like 6 hours straight. No problem.
Totally.
Just playing those same 4 chords kind of terribly, but it felt great. Mm-hmm. You got anything like that, Kate? Are you you broken up top?
You got some junk up there?
I got some junk in my trunk.
You got a spoon?
Yeah,
I honestly, think that's what the phrase "junk in the trunk" doesn't mean the same thing.
Junk in my bunk.
Top bunk. There you go. Top bunk. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think honestly, expression in all its forms doesn't necessarily have to be musically, but like anytime I can just like be. This sounds so fucking lame and cliche, but anytime I can be creative and make something and prove to myself that like I can rationalize something in my head and put it on paper or put it on audio or whatever it may be. So I love painting because there's no bad paintings, you know, it's just painting, right?
Let me save you a bunch of years in figuring this out. Calling it lame and stuff is just your stupid ego head.
Yeah, you're right.
Thinking it's lame. It's not lame at all. It's like the farthest opposite you could get from lame. It's the coolest shit happening. Yeah. And it helps a person. It might help somebody else. You know, it is really worth way more than anyone gives it credit for. And it's why we need to stop picking it apart and just put it out. You know, let people see it.
I agree. Yeah. And I self-doubt is always like any artist, any expressionist, I guess, in any form. That's what's going to kill your product or neuter your content, right? So that's the hard part, but it's a mental hurdle. Everyone's got to get over it.
It's you need that. It's also the tool because like if you don't have this thing in your head saying this is really stupid and you should probably stop because it's pretty dumb. Once you say fuck you and just do it anyways, then you're like, oh, I totally just kicked that imaginary guy's ass, and just do it over and over again, and then you kick ass. But it never goes away, and I don't want it to either because you need
self-doubt. It keeps you accountable and it keeps you motivated,
dynamic of that argue in your head. Yeah, because you'll eventually win if you just stop listening to it.
Just keep going forward. Just put it out. Put it out. no matter
Yeah.
what. That's where I'm at too with it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Even if nobody sees it or hears it.
It's for me. It's not for
There
you.
is the majority of people are gonna think it sucks
Yeah.
right out of the gate because there's so many people and there's so many things that are already that they already like.
And if it's
there's just gonna be
authentic-
not that. So
If it's authentic, people shouldn't like it. Like, not everyone should like it because not everyone should relate to it or feel something from
People
it.
who
right?
draw or
real.
doodle or journal like every day, those people don't even realize that they're just getting that out
Yeah.
all the time. Like they're expressing themselves even if nobody's reading it, just because you're getting that anything just out of your head and it clears you out.
yeah.
Well, and it doesn't even have to be like pen to paper instrument. Like,
Oh, no.
dressing, man.
Yeah, some people it's clothes.
Some people it's cars.
Dance.
How you mod out your car, right?
My
Just
wife's
anything that
dance.
allows you to put yourself into something.
Yeah,
It's good for your brain.
it is.
Yeah, I was recommended a book and I bought it. It's called The Artist's Way.
That sounds
And
good.
it's like trying to unlock your maximum creativity so you can put out as much things as you do, whatever that is, and as authentically and as like high quality or creatively or whatever.
Yeah.
But what this lady recommends you do is write like 3 or 4 pages of just brain dump every single morning.
Oh dang.
Which is
a
especially
task.
for an
That's a
ADHD
task.
boy. That's just like, whoa, you know.
Have you been doing it?
I've been trying to. Like I have
The brain
this-
dump part?
I cheated a little bit, and it definitely helped. I bought this smallest little book.
Hey, 3 pages.
Hell
Your
yeah.
words, lady. Yeah.
And I found I could do more than that, so that was good. But at first, just like I don't know what the fuck I'm writing, and this is stupid, and I hate it. It's like, oh,
Are you writing those words?
yeah,
Really?
exactly, 100%,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because eventually you'll start to just brain up like, oh, I'm really stressed out about this horse shit and blah, blah, blah. And oh, I really got to do this and I'm really worried about it. Blah, 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 blah. And then you realize like that's all just garbage words in your head that is now no longer there. And it's like, oh.
Oh man, I like that.
And then it gives you space to be like, oh, I want to play guitar or, you know,
That reminded me
take
of
over
a
a country here. So.
from
Whatever
a
you wanna do.
distracted brain sort of viewpoint. The other recommendation that I heard on maybe it was I love those kinds of books too. So I
Yeah.
don't know what book it was, but somebody was talking about basically focused effort, right? And getting a notepad, like I have a notepad beside my mouse pad at my desk, you know, where I'm mixing and video editing and all that stuff. And that is literally just for writing down whatever weird shit pops into my head that I will then like drift towards Google and just like, I don't know how many babies kangaroos have a year.
Right.
You know, like if I just write down kangaroo babies and then I come back
Right.
to this, then
Right.
like that thing came huge.
Oh man,
like
totally.
it
Because then
does-
you can go back and be like, oh, this is worth looking into, or like, oh, that would have wasted 6 hours.
Yeah, yeah. That
It's like a
one
way to
worked out
vet
really
your
good,
own
too.
brain. Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
told me
get some
about
shit
this
done.
X
Well, the X effect.
X effect,
it's called,
yeah.
where it's just
Yeah.
like habit forming thing.
I looked into
I
that for a
thought
bit.
you
It was cool.
on
I just
Elon.
fell out of it.
I know. I told you about it, but never really did it.
Yeah, me neither. I looked into it. It was cool.
Yeah.
I think I still follow it on Reddit.
It's got a bit of a psychology thing to it, but
Yeah.
you gotta do it no matter what, right?
It's the same as like the check boxes or checklists,
Just visual affirmation.
Yeah.
bullet journaling, which I
What-
did too.
What are you doing? What are you doing to make Cade Point 2.0?
Smoking weed.
That helps.
I'm playing a
Sometimes.
bit of SnowRunner.
What's SnowRunner?
That game.
It's
I love that game.
like Ice Road Trucker Simulator.
It is.
It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's like mud bog ice trucker simulator.
nice.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good game.
You know what? I think this is a perfect natural end to this. But
I-
no, let's pick up Diablo.
Let's pick up
I haven't
Diablo.
played it before, but I feel like it's time.
We're gonna go live on Twitch sometime and fucking play some Counter Strike, and I'll kick your guys' butts.
That sounds fun.
I'm so bad
You
at
can bring the
Counter-Strike.
kids.
Let's call it right there, guys. Thank
right,
you.
thanks for listening.
So
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Jarvis, you're the
This
best.
episode is brought to you
We
by
love you,
Panago
Jarvis.
Pizza.
Panago
and
Pizza.
Canadian Jarvis, you rule. Podcast.